Hello everyone and welcome. So today I will be helping you with average rate of change. So average rate of change is on a coordinate plane the slope of a linear equation, which is k in this formula here. So if you had a graph where this line is in this format, you would have k as your average rate of change. So say you had y equals 3x plus 7, so your average rate of change here would be 3, since that is the k in this case. So if you had a graph of that, and say it looked like this, and over here at the y-intercept it was 2, and over here at this point it was 1, 1, then the average rate of change would be 1, since this, the average rate of change would be negative 1, since that is the slope here. So, another way to approach this is by finding the average rate of change of a nonlinear equation. So, such as this here. So, this is x squared minus 1. So that is the graph for this, and then if you wanted to find the average rate of change for this, you would have to find this average slope throughout this entire graph. So here, the average slope is divided into halves, so in one part it's all negative, and in the other part it's all positive. So that would mean that the average slope is 0. So that would also mean that the average rate of change is also 0. So the average rate of change is 0, and average slope is 0. So for other nonlinear equations such as x to the power 3, that this would not have an average rate of change since the slope is positive throughout infinity. So that would just be the average rate of change equals not available. So average rate of change can also be used in word problems as well. So let's just say you had a word problem that says someone has a water tank, and that water tank drains at a rate of 3 liters per second. So then what would be the rate of change here? So the average rate of change would be the slope, which in this case would be 3 liters per, minus 3 liters per second. And the average rate of change would be negative 3. Alright, so let's try some problems regarding this. So for the first one, it asks, what is the average rate of change for y equals 3x plus 7? So here we will have to find the slope of y equals 3x plus 7, which in this case is 3. So that would be the average rate of change. Alright, let's do the next one. So this one asks, what is the average rate of change of this graph here? So the y-intercept for this graph is 2, and the point we are given is 2, 3. So we would have to find the slope of this graph using those 2 points. So here we have 2, 3, and that we can see is 1, a change of positive 1 for the y-axis, and a change of 2 for the x-axis. So that means we have a average rate of change of 1/2. So here's a bonus question. So what is the slope of this graph? So the slope would just be this exact same as the average rate of change, which in this case is 1/2. So that would mean that our slope is also 1/2. Alright, let's do the fourth one, which asks what is the arc or the average rate of change of y equals 5x minus 4. So, same for this one, you would have to find the slope, which is 5, and that would just be your rate of change. So the average rate of change equals 5. Or let's do the fifth one, which asks what is the average rate of change of this graph, which has the y-intercept as 0, 4, and has a point given as 2, 2. So we would just have to find the average rate of change here. So this here we can have a change of -2 over a change of -2 for the x-axis as well, which just simplifies to -1. So that means that would be the average rate of change. Alright, let's do the fifth one, which asks, the sixth one, which asks what is the average rate of change of y equals 3 minus x. So that would be asking for the slope in general, so this would just be -1. Alright, let's see the seventh one, which asks what is the average rate of change of y equals 5 minus 7x. So this one here is the slope for this, and that would just be -7. Alright, let's do the very last one, which asks what is the average rate of change of y equals x plus 2, which is the slope for here, and that is just 1. So our average rate of change would be 1. Alright, and that would end our lesson for today. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Thank you. And also, if you have any questions, feel free to post those down into the comment section. Thank you.